And here with me is Miss Candy Clark to close out this film festival. Candy, tell us how you feel as you anticipate seeing this film 40 years later in an entirely different format.
Well, I've seen it recently, and I'm very excited to see the new format. And, you know, it's really hard to think of it being more perfect than it already was. So, I'm ready to be surprised because the cinematography of the film was just gorgeous back in the 70s. And I don't know how they can improve upon that, but we'll see. I'll be the judge of that.
And on the topic of perfection, David Bowie was a musician who moved into acting, and this was kind of his first major role. How did you adjust in that area as a working thespian who had been in the field and being thrown into a co-starring role with someone who came from the music field?
Actually, I wasn't that far from beginning my career anyway. It was like it was my third film. And my first film, I didn't have that big a part. American Graffiti was my second film, and The Man Who Fell to Earth was my third film. So I wasn't any better than David Bowie. In fact, he was fantastic, And I really didn't have any qualms about working with a musician. It was perfectly cast. He looked the part, and he was great to work with.
Isn't that such a present to have just... So some may say art is art, and so we approach it. We see that art may imitate life, and life may imitate art sometimes. Do you see any themes from the storyline of this film being played out today?
Well, I guess global warming, his planet. Well, I don't want to give too much of anyway, a lot of people have seen it. His planet has dried up. They're looking for water. He comes to Earth, to seek water and help. And he runs into some people that kind of drag him down, and it turns out to be a sad tale.
What can you tell us about the first time when you met with David before starting shooting?
The first time I met with David, I went to his house with Nick Rogue, and, we sat and talked. Well, Nick Rogue did the talking, and I just sat there and, listened and met the guy. He really wanted to do the film, so there was no real convincing him to do it. He's very, very nice, down to earth, friendly, a regular person.
What was it like working together on set, considering that he was a musician first before he was an actor?
Well, I thought he was excellent. I thought he did a fantastic job, very professional, liked to rehearse. Easy to work with, very hardworking, and he liked to rehearse a lot, so that's perfect for me.
When you think back on your experience making this film, is there any moments that stand out to you?
The whole thing stands out to me, and what I liked about the film for me was it was a good part. I could really sink my teeth into it, and we worked every day for a couple of months, and we were shot in New Mexico, so there was a lot to see, a lot of sightseeing, beautiful place. So, it was a great experience.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.